Welcome to the second issue of the Producer Series Video Magazine. I'm Gary Passanante.
And I'm Martha Seibert-Steele. Since our premiere issue, a lot of you have called and asked if I was pregnant. And yes, you were right, I was pregnant, but fortunately I've shed those pounds with a brand new baby boy. Thanks for your calls. First off, we would like to thank you for your comments on our premiere issue. We're certainly glad that you found the ideas and suggestions on the tape so helpful. And as we all know, teamwork is very important to remain successful. And we here at the Producer Series Video Magazine are big believers in teamwork. It takes a lot of people to put this show together, and we would like your help. If you have any shortcuts or ideas that save time and money, circle number 7 on the viewer service card, and one of our producers will contact you directly.
And if you would like to submit a sample of your work to be shown in an upcoming Through the Lens segment, circle number 8 on the viewer service card. And we will send you a Through the Lens submission kit that will tell you everything you need to know about submitting your work to us.
And with successful teamwork comes recognition. And we wanted to let you know that the animation of the metal man emerging from the egg that opens up this tape was voted Best Animation by the Professional Event Videographers Association last month in Atlantic City. That takes our total of first place awards up to 3 in the past year. Use this information when you sell your clients on the use of animations in their productions. It will prove to be a valuable asset in selling your services.
And this issue is off to a great start. As you can see by the animation at the head of this tape, we've left 5 seconds of black before the animation, so you can easily dub it onto your master tape.
And since the majority of you are event videographers, we took a trip to Atlantic City and attended an event video expo. Here's Al Brooks with a report.
Hundreds of event videographers from across the country have gathered in Atlantic City, New Jersey to attend the Event Video Expo, along with informative seminars such as sound advice, marketing your business, lighting for special events and 3D graphics for the non-artist. Attendees also visited booths displaying the latest products and techniques to help the producer of special event videos get the job done with better quality and more affordably. TPS Marketing Group, the RSB Steadicam Corporation, and Ricky Burks. You have a... I'm fine. You have a great piece of equipment in your hand.
Enjoying the show?
I sure am. Can you tell us about it?
Well, this is the EFP Steadicam, which is for broadcast. We do industrial and corporate music videos and commercials. And then Mr. Sporn here is showing our new multi-camera system, which is available for broadcast and cable projects and graduations, and fits right into this. Stuart, you want to explain about it?
Hi, Stuart. How are you?
Good.
Good. Can you tell us more about what Ricky just gave us a little intro on?
Certainly, yes. We've just finished designing a new system that incorporates 4 cameras into one unit. And it's switchable, and it is perfect for event coverage. Multi-cameras do parades and festivals and sporting events and all kinds of items that of use for producers.
And another exhibitor today is Pierce Phelps, representing Sony and Canon. And Richard, what can you tell us about your setup?
Well, actually, right now we're in the multimedia industry. And behind you can see right here, representing Canon, we have some still image cameras that will do image capture. And you can bring them in using any other type of video device, display them on a monitor, and you have a high-resolution image that you can load into a computer, or whatever the case may be. The other multimedia product here is a desktop video presentation system. Okay. And what that encompasses is using something like the Canon image camera. You can bring in a still image, put video behind it, add text, and now you have a desktop presentation system that you can load onto a videotape.
The other product that we're featuring is the DFS 500. It's a digital switcher. It's also an add-on DME. It's probably our featured product of the show. First effect I'd like to show you is a page turn. It can be enacted with just a touch of a button. We'll just go through real quick and see the page turn. The things to take note of are the lighting and the trails, which are options. At a list price of $17.5, it's a very attractive switcher at a great price point.
Larry, they have a whole new line of equipment out. What can you tell us about it?
Briefly, we have the new AG 5700 editors. We have the new copy stand. There's also the 7000 series, their digital mixer, and their new series of digital cameras and 3-chip mini cameras.
One exhibit that drew a lot of attention was a format war between high 8mm and SVHS, set up for an unbiased side-by-side presentation. The exhibit, sponsored by Lero Corporation, used test equipment and visual multi-generational comparisons to show the performance of both types of tapes. And we had a chance to catch up with Bruce McClellan from Lero Corporation. His exhibit is the Format War. Bruce, what can you tell us about that?
Our format overview that we're presenting to the exhibitors today consists of 5 different analog videotape formats, VHS, SVHS, high band 8mm, 3/4 inch SP, and Beta SP. We do a brief history of the format so people can understand where they've come and how they've expanded. Then we look at some of the technologies differences between the different products with an emphasis on price versus performance so that the people can sit and actually look at our multi-generation playback of the tapes. We have first, third, and fifth generation. We also address issues like commonality of format and markets where the formats fit in so that people can optimize the most from the video format and get the best quality for their customers.
We got a chance to speak with some attendees as they were leaving the show, and they said that the show was very good and that it was informative. There was a lot to cover at the show, and we didn't have enough time to show you all of what was there, including the seminars. Well, speaking of seminars, Gary was the host of a seminar titled Computer Graphics for the Non-Artist. How do you think the crowds responded to the seminars, Gary?
Well, we had a real good crowd there. They were very interested in the technical and the non-technical elements of graphics, and we had a chance to really show them how to use graphics to make more money in their productions. It was a good show, and it was a good report, Al.
Well, thank you.
We'll be right back after this.
Digital editing is coming to the next Event Video Expo, and the world of video will never be the same. Seminars, exhibits, new technologies. Advance your knowledge, make your business more profitable. Attend this summer's hottest show. For details, call now. 1-800-8-PARTY-6.
How many times have you been on a shoot and heard good quality sound on location, then got back to edit the piece and only heard hollow sounding noise, not the rich sound you heard on location? If this seems to happen all too often, then this next segment will certainly help you. Audio. While most good video professionals know the components of the video signal like the back of their hand, many don't understand the difference that carefully planned audio can make in their productions. And with the quality of the consumer and industrial machines these days, many audio problems are noticeable and may be picked up by your clients. This segment will explain some of the techniques that can help you boost the quality of your audio and the total quality of your productions. The first technique is simply doing insert edits over a piece of music. Many editors will edit an intro to a wedding without music, and then go back after the piece is edited and do an insert edit, laying in the soundtrack. Often, they will pull it off. But look at the difference between a piece edited before the music was laid down, as in this wedding intro, and the same intro edited to the beat of the music soundtrack. This philosophy carries over into corporate work as well. Here's a corporate video edited before the music soundtrack was added. And the same segment cut to the music. There are many ways to obtain music for use in productions. Let's say you have a client that loves a piece of music they heard on the radio, composed by a well-known group. You should make them aware that the music is in all probability copyrighted. This means that if you get caught using that piece of music without the permission of the artist, you could be infringing on their copyright. The safest way to use a piece of copyrighted music is to contact the artist for their permission. The easiest way to do this is by calling the American Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers, better known as ASCAP. Their phone number is 212-595-3050. ASCAP will help you in obtaining rights to use a certain piece of music. However, the cost can be considerable. That's where music libraries come in. One of the best investments a small video company can make is to purchase a buyout licensed music library. These libraries contain many different styles of music that can be applied to almost any type of production that you may be involved in. If you do decide to invest in a music library, keep this in mind. You can transfer your music library onto a hi-fi VHS tape, and by doing so, you can gain extremely useful edit control for things like looping your audio to extend a song or back-timing a section for use in a commercial. And hi-fi VHS tapes have a 95 dB signal-to-noise rating, which means that they are comparable to CDs in their audio quality. The other way to dazzle clients is to hire a musician to custom write a piece of music for a particular production. Many musicians will write a piece of music to video that's already in the can. In this way, they can add music flares or special effects at the exact point you want. Music is not the only way to jazz up a video production. One of the most important things you can do when shooting on location is to record what's called ambient noise or sound. Ambient is the background sound in the scene or setting you're shooting in. Here's a good example of how this will pay off. You're shooting a city scene for a commercial customer. The narrator reads a line and pauses for a dramatic effect to let the beauty of the street scene be appreciated by the viewer. Some customers would be satisfied with silence. But when the ambient sound is added, the scene seems fuller and more real. Yes, this can be applied to weddings as well. Recording the sound of the church as people are being seated, a full song playing during one of the solemn moments of the ceremony, or the sound of people laughing and talking during the reception can all help you out of a difficult situation in editing. However, sometimes the actual ambient sound can still sound too flat. That's where investing in a good quality sound effects library comes in. Sound effects libraries can contain more sounds than you could ever use and can come in handy at the worst of times. While this scene was being shot, a helicopter flew through the frame, and the client decided later on that they wanted to use the footage in their production. This is the ambient sound that was taped on location. And now the same scene with a track from a sound effects library. The sound from the library actually sounds more realistic than the real thing. There's more presence. Another way to control your audio is to invest in a good quality audio mixer. For a reasonable amount of money, a mixer will allow you to adjust the level and quality of all of your audio. A mixer with something called a low-cut filter will allow you to cut out low tones like the hum of machinery or wind blowing over a microphone. A limiter can help or hinder you depending on the subject matter. Limiters will automatically adjust the level of the audio going in or coming out of your VTRs. In an instance where you won't be able to constantly monitor the audio, this can be a lifesaver. But sometimes a limiter can compress the audio so much that the audio will sound muddy. So be careful when using a limiter. A compressor works a little bit differently. A compressor like this one contains an adjustable noise gate, which is simply a highly sensitized on-off switch. After you set it for the room noise or the hiss off a tape, it will turn off the audio source when there is no actual audio present. This works especially well for voiceovers. We've presented a lot of information in this segment. Good audio is critical in raising the level of your video productions. Spend some time learning and experimenting with these elements, and ultimately, your customers will hear as well as see the difference.
Thanks for purchasing one of our Producer Series products. You should also know the Producer Series offers other volumes and production services that will improve your video presentations from home through broadcast applications. let's take a look at some animations available on other Producer Series volumes. The Producer Series offers other production tools and services that greatly enhance your video productions. Graphic of the Month Club. This club is an exciting way for you to be continually supplied with electrifying graphic animations. Each month, 2 3D animations will be produced from suggestions by our club members. Custom logo animations. This service will transform your company name and logo into a broadcast quality 3D animation. Now you have access to the same state-of-the-art equipment that networks and high-end production studios do at a fraction of the cost. The Digital Music Library. We also provide digitally produced music scores that are specially designed for your productions. If you would like more information concerning any of the Producer Series production products and services, please call us at 1-800-326-1387.
No matter how much pre-planning you do before a production, you can count on one thing. You'll forget something. It may be the tiniest thing, but you know the client will be dying for it sometime during the day. One way to prevent the scenario is by making up your own grip case at substantial savings from pre-made cases, and we'll show you how.
While all of us hope things never go wrong on location, remember Murphy's Law. Whatever can go wrong will, and you should be prepared for problems. We've put together a field survival kit utilizing a lot of common items purchased locally. These and some other specialty items cost us approximately $293 to assemble. But that's really a small amount to pay when you think of this as an insurance policy. It could cover you against real disaster should you have problems in the field. Now here's our list of ingredients for our field survival kit. Now, let's go into some detail about these items. You will need a case to carry everything in. We found an ordinary fishing tackle box well suited to do the job, and it's available at local discount department stores. The most common tools you'll need are a regular pair of pliers, a number 2 slotted screwdriver, a number 2 Phillips screwdriver, and an adjustable wrench. Associated with these tools are more special ones, such as needle nose pliers for tight-fitting places, wire cutters and strippers for emergency repair, a set of jeweler's screwdrivers for that loose tape deck screw or microphone connector. Allen wrenches are indispensable as Allen screws appear often in video gear. A Swiss Army knife is an invaluable aid as it can be used for so many things, such as cutting and eating tape out of the clutches of a hungry VTR. Prices do vary widely because so many models are available. While it may seem trivial to include a flashlight, you just can't go wrong there. If you've seen the last issue of Producer Series Video Magazine, you know how to properly clean video heads. So pack a small quantity of chamois sticks or cloth wipes, some Freon solvent or 90% alcohol, and a small can of compressed air. You already should have these items for your editing VTR, so your cost to the kit is nothing. Now, let's talk about gaffer's tape. True gaffer's tape offers supreme adhesion to irregular surfaces, tears easily and straight, lifts off easily, and does not leave adhesive marks on the surface. It can be used for everything from securing AC lines to holding a lavalier mic cable in place on your talent's clothing. However, the cost is high. We suggest supplementing the gaffer's tape with a standard roll of duct tape. While it doesn't have the excellent properties of gaffer's tape, it can cost up to 2/3 less for the same size roll. It's great for securing AC power lines for equipment and lighting. This alone will greatly extend the life of your valued gaffer's tape. Masking tape should not be excluded either, as it is an all-purpose tool. A roll of electrical tape is advisable since you may need to repair bad cables or equipment. How about a mini soldering iron and solder to make those repairs? While you're doing that, throw in some scrap wire pieces, such as part of an old mic cable and some plain wire. Now let's look at repair parts and adapters. There's nothing more frustrating or embarrassing than a BNC connector that breaks off on location. Load up your box with at least 3 quick repair BNC connectors to keep you going until permanent repairs can be made. At $4 each, they'll save you big dollars in downtime and aggravation. In fact, throw in a spare BNC cable, a medium length, 6 to 8 feet. This is a good alternative to use in case your multi-pin camera cable dies. Don't forget BNC barrel type connectors. They're invaluable. 6 or more is a good quantity to pack. Some common adapters you might need when encountering different formats are BNC to RCA male and RCA female to BNC. You should include 2 of each. Also, 2 RCA phono barrel type connectors are useful, as are 2 1/4-inch phone jack to RCA phono male when adapting a microphone to an RCA phono input. A set of stereo audio cables should be packed in case you use the barrel type connectors to extend the run of an audio setup. Now, let's turn our attention to those XLR users. An XLR gender changer is an invaluable tool. Ever lay down a few hundred feet of cable only to find out you started with the wrong end? This adapter can save you. And because many microphones have either XLR or 1/4-inch phone connectors, it is important to be able to adapt to both types. For those last second down to the wire repairs, there is nothing better than super glue. This glue dries in seconds and could hold a vital piece of equipment together just long enough to get through a shoot. A multi-tester can be used for just about everything, from testing batteries to checking continuity in a cable, or for even more detailed work if you're into repairing your own equipment. Another adapter still worth having are AC 3-prong adapters. There are still a lot of older buildings out there that aren't up to code, and you'll need these to run your lighting, monitor, and so on. Pack 5. If your microphones use batteries, pack spares. Batteries often used are AA and 9 volt. Pack 2 of each. Your cost will vary depending on the batteries you use. Releasable cable ties are great for coiling cables or strapping cables to tripods and so on. These are not to be confused with regular cable ties, which must be cut apart when you're done. We bought a quantity of 25. Packing a small compact of corn silk makeup or pressed powder will eliminate all those shiny spots on your talent's face and will make you look more professional when you need to use it. Trivial as it may seem, what if your pen dies? Pack a pen or pencil and also a black felt tip marker. Lastly, packing a spare videotape of the format that you're shooting on can only save you from a difficult moment for many reasons. Your VTR may eat a tape, your tape stock may be bad, or maybe you just forgot the tape. Sound impossible? Remember, in video production, whatever can go wrong usually will. Be prepared and you'll come out smelling like a rose. This kit should cost you a lot less to put together than commercially available kits, but please remember that your prices may be higher or lower depending on where you live and where you shop. The Producer Series Video Magazine Field Survival Kit was compiled with you in mind based on our actual experiences. Of course, you will customize the kit to fit your particular needs, and if you'd like to suggest an item to add to our kit, it would be beneficial to all of us. Just write to our address shown here and we'll include your suggestion in our next issue.
In our first edition of the Producer Series Video Magazine, our PS Flash Frame segment presented an overview of our product line. In this issue, we're going to feature our newest release, Volume 6, Weddings and Special Events.
And from the feedback we've gotten, you're as excited about this volume as we are. The 41 new animations on this volume cover most of the major wedding events, a host of special events, and our newest revolution in special event editing, multiplane wipes.
This month, we also would like to let you sample our latest Graphic of the Month releases. Take advantage of these exclusive animations by joining the club, and as a member, get your company name animated in 3D. As you have come to expect from the Producer Series, this volume gives you high-quality, state-of-the-art, digitally mastered animations and accompanying music. But this volume features many keyable animations. What are they? Well, these are 3D animations produced over super black or zero black. And with equipment having luminance keying ability, you can key out the black, that is, make it transparent, and replace the black with the background of your choice, live video, freeze frames, photo transfers, or animated backgrounds from our Producer Series. The keying level must be adjusted to achieve this transparency. On some equipment, it's called clip level. Others refer to it as slice. When these animations are used in this fashion, they become immediately personalized and extremely dynamic. With our new software, we can now offer this feature and still retain all the shadows, highlights, and textures you would expect on a 3D image. If you're unable to key, don't despair. We've provided the same animations over custom-designed unique backgrounds. Utilizing this same keying technique, we've developed our newest editing tool in Volume 6, Multiplane Wipes. These are used to transition from one scene to another in a very dynamic, high-tech way. Simply load two source VTRs, one with your first scene and the other with the multiplane wipe you selected. Cue the multiplane wipe to cover the end of the scene and execute the edit. Then insert and cue Scene 2. Cue the multiplane wipe to the section when it entirely covers the screen. Then mark your edit points and execute the edit so the wipe covers the beginning of Scene 2. When played back in real time, it will appear that the multiplane wipe covers and transitions both scenes. What a great look and easy to use. Let's preview more of Volume 6.
Finally, don't forget that we have a comprehensive replacement policy. For only half the price of a new volume, you can replace that worn out or damaged volume. Just return it with your payment and we'll ship out a fresh one to make your production sparkle again. Survival kits, audio techniques, Producer Series updates. Looks like we filled another issue of the Producer Series video magazine. Use the ideas we've presented here, and we know you'll see an immediate improvement in all of your productions.
And remember, if you have any suggestions for upcoming segments, circle number 7 on the viewer service card. This magazine is a two-way street. We want your input. So until the next issue of the Producer Series Video Magazine, happy editing!